From the center console, he grabbed a couple of two-way handheld radios and his gun. Looking there for flashlights and a crowbar. But it's daylight. We stay till we find her, and that may be after sunset. Atticus found one flashlight. No crowbar. Shane took the one flashlight. Head east. Me and Birch will go west. Check in every 30 minutes. He nodded at another milk crate. Some bottled water in there. Maybe some chips. It was snacks he kept stocked for when he and Birch went riding or hunting. Carmen scowled. Her eyes narrowed with scorn. She jumped over the side and onto the ground. As she started across the field, Atticus followed. Carmen!
Don't even, asshole.
I'm sorry.
You should be.
Shane felt good knowing Atticus was with Carmen. He'd keep her safe. The guy was obviously chivalrous, if not heroic. Something about the way he carried himself. He was confident, but not in an arrogant, I'm all that kind of way. That was more Shane's way, he could admit. Lance Henderson sucked down the last drops of his piss-warm beer from the bottle before tossing it into the edge of the woods. Marty and Jennifer had snuck off about 20 minutes ago. Jennifer could barely make it 3 steps without stumbling, and every time she did, her pleated miniskirt ruffled up, showing everyone around the bonfire her red thong. Marty was always tapping the drunk girls, so often that Lance had taken to calling him Marty Drunkbanger. Lance tried his best to get the clever nickname spread around school by telling everyone else in the Vulture Kettle, but those jerk-offs thought the name was dumb. Seth had even said Lance was just envious of all the drunk pussy that Marty got when Lance's own girlfriend Julie refused to drink underage. Lance popped the top of a new bottle taken from the ice chest near Marty's black F-150. Andy and David were talking up a storm about the upcoming game against the Bears. Everybody had talked up that game to death. But tonight, not many people had showed up. It was only 4:15, so it could be the party just hadn't gotten started yet. Maybe more people would come later. Or maybe he could call up his ex and rekindle an old flame, since things with Julie were heading down a dead-end road. Speak of the devil, he thought, when reading his ex's name on the text. Chelsea.
Let's get together. Smiley face.
Weird. Like she was in his head or something. He shrugged, texted her back. Fuck yeah. Chugged his new beer down and tossed a goodbye wave at Andy and David. I'm hitting the road. David smiled a knowing grin. Getting you some action tonight, bro? You know it. As he reached the gate, he glimpsed something move just ahead. A critter? A rat, maybe, or a squirrel. If only he had his .22 with him. A large Jersey cow laid peacefully near the gate, front legs folded beneath her. She regarded him stolidly, her jaw slowly moving. A calloused tongue flicked out of her nasty cow mouth. He texted Chelsea. Meet at your place in 10.
Not my house. Meet me at the high school stadium. 5:30 under the away bleachers.
Definitely something new. They'd never done it under the bleachers. He put the car in gear and headed for the school. Scooter blinked, his eyes open. He slowly sat up, panned his surroundings. He was on the ground under the bleachers. It was dusk outside. How long had he been out? Squatting beside Scooter was Zach. Not cool. Not cool. A very scary purple glowed in Satan's eyes. A tangible wave of evil combined with rage glared from those lavender orbs.
I killed them. I did what you wanted.
Rather pathetic, especially for a member of my church. Just won't do. Scooter twisted away from Zach. He staggered to his feet.
I can do better.
Zach straightened and stood. Yes, you can, and you will. Need to remind you what will happen if you don't? Satan admitted he couldn't kill people. Part of his parameters. Rules set by God. But Zach was Satan, and Satan was a liar.
You'll hurt people. People I care about.
Relax. This time is going to be easier. More personal. He lifted his hand, shoving a pinky with a long curved fingernail under Scooter's nose. Shane looked to the sky and the setting sun. He was sweaty, tired, and losing hope. Birch sat on a rotted stump. What you thinking? I'm not ready to give up. I know. She's not crazy. I know. I mean, really, she's not crazy. I know. Shane pictured Amy safe, standing at the stove, stirring rice in a frying pan. She had just added a cube of fermented chili bean curd. Tasted something akin to blue cheese, only worse. Much worse. Month-old sweaty gym socks. One of the worst fights they'd ever had. At the memory, Shane allowed himself a smile. She had tried to make him eat it, but he couldn't get it past his nose. Amy always had a thing for quirky condiments, but usually on a much milder level. Like special relish used only on hot dogs or Parmesan-flavored rice vinegar. But this fermented chili bean shit crested a whole new level of quirky. It was downright criminal. Shane's smile faded. Tears pooled in his eyes. He'd drink a gallon of the crap if it meant finding her. He'd hold her tight. So damn tight. Kiss her forehead and tell her his life belonged to her. Convince her how right they were for each other. How she saved his life every moment of every day. How he'd rather die than live a life without her in it. Whatever this thing, this supernatural shit was, they could get past it. They could get past anything. Because he'd do anything for her. Because of her. God, he loved her. Shane looked skyward. For the first time in his life, he prayed. Silently, he spoke to a God he knew existed but never gave much thought to, until now. Pretty shitty. Turned to the Almighty to ask for something, but never to thank him for something. God sent Amy to him. Shane was sure of it. Because she was an angel and angels were of God. Shane should have thanked God a long time ago. For whatever it was worth, he sent a heartfelt thanks to the clouds and a heartfelt plea. Bring her home. Please. Her smile, her scent, her tears, her laugh, her skin, her voice. A twist in his gut sucked the breath from his chest. The thought of Amy gone, crazy. Not in his life. Not in his bed. Not at the breakfast table. Difficult to breathe. God help me. Birch cocked his head. You okay? Amy isn't crazy. I know. No, I mean she's really not crazy. I know.